Big news out of Maricopa County. County Attorney Rachel Mitchell announced the indictment of Laura Michelle Owens on a list of felony charges tied to what investigators are calling a paternity scheme. And yes, this involves former Bachelor star Clayton Echard. Let's rewind for a second. See, y'all don't know nothing about that. Back in July 2024, a Superior Court judge flagged some suspicious activity during a paternity hearing. The Maricopa County Attorney's Office launched an investigation into Laura after she made several inconsistent statements in court. At the center of it all, a lawsuit she filed demanding child support from Clayton. Then later on, she gonna drop the lawsuit claiming she miscarried twins. Yeah, twins. 2 babies. But the story doesn't stop there. Between May 2023 and June 2024, investigators say Laura went to great lengths to sell the story, allegedly altering an ultrasound image, faking a pregnancy video, and lying multiple times under oath. Sounds familiar. The result, a grand jury handed down an indictment. The grand jurors of Maricopa County, Arizona, accused Laura Michelle Owens on May 1st, 2025, charging that in Maricopa County, Arizona. Count 1. Laura Michelle Owens on or before May 17, 2023 and June 10, 2024, pursuant to scheme or artifice to defraud, knowingly did obtain a benefit from Clayton Ray Echard by means of fraudulent pretenses, representation, promises, or material omission. Count 2. Laura Michelle Owens on or between June 27, 2023 and July 11, 2023, with the intent to defraud, did falsely make, complete, or alter a written instrument, to wit, sonogram. Count 3. Laura Michelle Owens on or about October 25th, 2023, in regard to a material issue and believing it to be false, did make a false sworn statement, to wit, testifying in front of Judge John Duty that she had not been intimate with anyone else since March 2022. Count 4. Laura Michelle Owens on or about March 1st, 2024, in regard to a material issue and believing it to be false, did make a false sworn statement, to wit, claiming that sonogram image was hers during sworn deposition. Count 5. Laura Michelle Owens on or about March 1st, 2024, in regard to a material issue and believing it to be false, did make a false sworn statement, to wit, video clip of father touching pregnant belly. Count 6. Laura Michelle Owens on or about June 10th, 2024, in regard to a material issue and believing it to be false, did make a false sworn statement, to wit, claiming that's me showing my pregnant stomach, quote unquote. Count 7. Laura Michelle Owens, on or about June 10th, 2024, with intent that it to be used, introduced, rejected, or made unavailable in an official proceeding which was then pending or which Laura Michelle Owens knew was about to be instituted, did destroy, mutilate, alter, conceal, or remove physical evidence, to wit, exhibits A6 and A7, used during June 10th, 2024 hearing with the intent to impair its validity or availability.
Whole goal was to overwhelm victims into not being able to function.
After Arizona prosecutors say a woman falsely accused him of getting her pregnant and then filed a bogus paternity claim. Laura Michelle Owens, indicted on 7 felony counts, including forgery, evidence tampering, and perjury. Investigators say she used a fake ultrasound image, fabricated a pregnancy video, and lied multiple times under oath before dropping her child support claim, alleging she had a miscarriage.
You're seeing an ultrasound that you know is not truthful. What was that like?
I had this thought at one point that I was either dealing with the craziest person I'd ever met or I was dealing with someone that was telling the truth in a very unlikely scenario because we never had sexual intercourse.
Owens' attorney has not responded to an NBC News request for comment.
I'm a Midwest boy from Missouri that just wants to find love.
Echard, stealing hearts on season 26 of The Bachelor, but also catching flack for leaving the 2 finalists behind for another contestant who had already departed.
I was in love with her. And I was in love with each of you two. I am in love with both of you.
There were a lot of people that wanted to see me fail and wanted me to pay for what I had done, and I think that put a target on my back.
Echard says Owens watched the show. After initially meeting online, the two met up in person. Owens has a high-profile background herself. Her father, Ron Owens, is a Radio Hall of Famer from San Francisco. But things started to get strange, Echard says, as soon as Owens told him she was pregnant.
She actually even created a dating contract that she sent to me. I think it was via DocuSign. And said that if you date me, I will have the abortion, but if you don't date me, I'm having the kids.
Clayton says he eventually got hundreds of messages from her rotating numbers.
I blocked her on 12 numbers. The 13th number was at that point I had finally gotten a injunction against harassment to stop her. Victims are victims no matter what their sex, gender, race is. I just think that if you're a perpetrator, you should be held accountable.
And Steve Patterson joins us now from Los Angeles. I mean, Steve, just wow, what a horrific story and experience for Clayton. What is next for him? Do we expect him to testify in a criminal trial?
You know, it's one of the last things I asked Echard. If he were to be asked to testify, would he? He said, absolutely yes. I also asked, what's in the future after all of this? He said reality television still likely in his future, and he hinted at a possible documentary about the ordeal that he just went through.
And yes, Clayton Echard did respond. He posted on Instagram shortly after the indictment was announced.
Justice is finally served. I am absolutely amped to share this news with you all that today, as of I think 20 minutes ago, Maricopa County Attorney Rachel Mitchell has announced the indictment of Laura Michelle Owens on felony charges related to the paternity scheme. 1 count of fraudulent schemes, a class 2 felony, 1 count of forgery, a class 4 felony, 4 counts of perjury, a class 4 felony, and 1 count of tampering with physical evidence, a class 6 felony. This nightmare is over. I am so ready to not have to think about this anymore. I want to say thank you to Rachel Mitchell and the investigators for serving up justice. I want to thank my lawyers. Oh, they've been incredible standing by my side. This wouldn't have gotten to this point if it wasn't for Greg Woodnick and his entire incredible team. And this is just such a weight lifted off. I'm really looking at messages coming through right now from the other guys. We are so thankful, and thank you all for your support. I have not been this happy. This is a weight of 2 years lifted off my shoulders, of these guys before me, years lifted off their shoulders. It feels good.
So, what are your thoughts on this situation? The verdict? Have you or do you know someone who has been falsely accused? Drop your comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. This is Gail at Night. Thank you all for watching and thank you for supporting. Be sure to click the like button and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and set the bell to all.